Michael Phelps, the big records in this event, but not swimming it here at the Santa Clara International Grand Prix. The name to really focus in on, Ryan Lochte in lane number 5, the bronze medalist from the Beijing Olympic Games, but swimming this event for the first time since the Pan Pac Championships last year in Irvine.
Another great field, Steve. We've got 3 of the top 8 finalists from the World Championships a couple years ago. Not only Lochte, you've got Pereira in there.
Those green fluorescent shoes have to make him go a little bit faster, even though he kicks him off before he gets in the water. There's something about those shoes, I think, gives him a little something extra. All right, let's go lane by lane, beginning in lane number 1. Bill Krieger, the 22-year-old from the University of Georgia, the NCAA champion in this event. He'll be alongside Josh Prano in lane 2, who was 5th in this event at the 2010 Junior Pan Pac Championships. Lane number 3, Brennan Morris from Michael Phelps, North Baltimore Aquatic Club. Mitch Larkin, lane number 4, just 17 years of age. The Aussie will be between Morris in lane 3 and Lochte, who will take up residence in lane number 5. His bronze from Beijing, one of 2 bronze medals that he won a little over 3 years ago.
Ryan Lochte.
Big ovation for a popular swimmer, Ryan Lochte in lane number 5. Chase Kalish, 17-year-old, coached by Bob Bowman. Placed 6th in the 200 breaststroke here in Santa Clara already. Thiago Pereira, the Brazilian, 4th at the World Championships in this event from Rome back in 2009. Pereira in lane number 7. Tyler Harris, lane 8, 6th in the 400 IM last year at U.S. Nationals. And to finish off the 9-swimmer field, the 20-year-old Sam Rowan. He'll be down in lane number 9.
Keep an eye on Pereira in lane 7. I think that's the one guy that could give Lochte trouble here. Pereira was 4th at the World Championships when Lochte won that gold. Larkin, the youngster, in lane 4. Right above Lochte will also be pretty good. It's only 17. He trains with Stephanie Rice and Park Tae-wan in Australia, in Brisbane.
Stephanie Rice, huge win already on the women's side in this event here this evening.
He finished 2010 with the fastest time
right
in the
there.
world at 4:07.
To his left is Lochte, and as I mentioned earlier, Pereira out there with Lochte already, right there in lane number 7.
The meet record is
Lochte
a
slight lead.
4:11.40.
Pereira right now second.
US Open record 4:05.25.
Really,
Larkin lane 4 is a 3rd.
I was going to say that Ryan's really improved on his butterfly, Steve, over the last couple of years. It's really a stroke he's made great strides in. It used to be his weakest stroke. I'm not really sure he has a weak stroke anymore. It definitely used to be the butterfly, but you can see how relaxed he looks on that fly. You know, that initial catch is not necessarily the most propulsive for him, but it certainly is the most important. Boy, he just looks so very solid in the backstroke. It's really got to be tough for him, though. I'd love to ask him, you know, how he comes into these Grand Prix, and not only Grand Prix, but all season long. He comes in dead tired.
Internationally,
he has that banana hammock of a swimsuit. He's got that little skimpy Speedo on. Everybody else has got that waist to knees, a little bit more of a high-tech suit. You see Pereira swimming very well early on here, still early in the race, but he's hanging right there with Lochte in the backstroke, but it's got to be hard for Lochte knowing that everybody else, I shouldn't say everybody, a lot of these other swimmers are coming in here and peaking a lot more, getting ready to swim fast. He only likes to swim fast when it really, really counts, and that's at the big meets. And for him, this summer it's all about Shanghai.
Now Pereira just slightly ahead of Ryan Lochte. Mitch Larkin hanging in 3rd over in lane number 4. From the fly to the back, now to the breaststroke, and finally the freestyle to round things out. And right now it's Pereira just ahead of Lochte, but those two really seems to be distancing themselves from the rest of the field.
Well, Pereira used to swim with Lochte. They didn't last long, but he used to swim at the Gator Swim Club, so They have been training partners before. You can see this crowd start to get into it just a little bit. I think Ryan probably got the biggest ovation of any athlete I've seen so far at this meet. They love him here in Santa Clara. You can see right now it's definitely a two-man race between Pereira and Lochte. Everybody else is out of it. But Pereira is just swimming very well. He comes in ranked 5th in the world. He's already been 4:12, so you knew that you had a sense that he was going to be able to swim fast. He's been 4:08. His best time is 4:08. Lochte has the best time, obviously, of any of these athletes in 4:06 flat, but I don't know. I mean, he's built such a huge lead. I'm not sure if Lochte is going to be able to run him down. He's a full, well, now he's a full 2 body lengths behind Pereira. No, I think Pereira's going to win this. Still 100 left. We're only 3/4 of the way done with the race, but you know, Lochte just doesn't have any snap in his stroke right now. He just doesn't have that pop that you see him have when he comes off the walls, especially, Steve.
And Chase Kalish is trying to run down Lochte for 2nd place right now. Pereira is really pulling away in lane number 7. On to the final leg, the freestyle. He'll make the turn shortly, and then just 50 meters left to go in the race. It was Lochte the early lead on the butterfly, but Thiago Pereira would soon pass him. Now, a very decisive lead here as we come down towards the end. Last length of the pool. Lochte hanging on to 2nd right now.
Well, Pereira, very popular swimmer in Brazil, maybe next to Cesar Cielo, the most popular. Lochte trying to get back into it, but he's just going to run out of room. He's actually had a better split the last 100 than Pereira, but boy, he built that huge lead and not going to let it go.
It's going to be enough for Thiago Pereira to get the win. Ryan Lochte is going to come in 2nd. Chase Kalish fading a bit to the final 50. He'll take 3rd.
Not especially a fast time for any of the swimmers in the field, to tell you the truth. None of those times actually cracked the top 10 in the world. Kalish had probably the best swim of anybody. He won a best time by 6 seconds. But from a worldwide scale, it just wasn't that great. Lochte really had a nice last 100. I think he'll be pleased with that. Once again, never really lights it on fire in season. Here's a guy that could go, what, 12, 13, 14 seconds faster in just 5 weeks' time. Turn so critical in the 400 IM. The transition from one stroke to another. You see Lochte right there in lane number 5. Has a good transition from fly to back. Normally, Pereira takes the lead here, but normally you see Lochte go a good full 15 meters, which is right there, and he actually popped up at about 10-meter mark. So when he gets more rest, Steve, he's going to be able to be much better on those turns. And then you finally see Pereira coming home that last 50 meters. Just looks real smooth right there. Still concentrating on that technique. He faded a little bit at the end, but held on to the lead in the win.
Thiago Pereira, 8th at the Olympics in the 400 IM in Beijing. Ryan Lochte takes 2nd, swimming this event for the first time since last summer. And Lochte now joins us from down on the deck.
Hey, Ryan, it's Rowdy. Was there an area where you really wanted to focus on in this race?
I mean, not really. I just wanted to go out there and have a pretty solid swim. I mean, it was my first time swimming it since Pan Pacs last year, so I'm glad I got that race under my belt. And I mean, I'm just going to get ready for Worlds now.
And are you happy with that time? Was that solid for you?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly thought I was going to go about 6 seconds slower, so I mean, I'll take it.
How difficult is it for you mentally to come into these Grand Prix and swim tired when a lot of other swimmers are swimming at their peak?
I mean, it is hard. It just makes me try to get focused even better. I mean, I'm really tired. I mean, I'm not wearing a suit, so I mean, I really got to step up and be on my game.
And tell me about those shoes. I love the shoes, brother.
Yeah, I mean, they're crazy, just like me.
It's all about the shoes, and Ryan Lochte, way to go, buddy.
Thanks.
Well, Ryan Lochte packed the 2 left shoes before he left Gainesville, Florida for the West Coast, but hasn't bothered him all that much. He takes his 6 Olympic medals, finishes 2nd here in the 400 IM, and we'll continue from Santa Clara in just a moment.